Are you thinking about switching to Android from an iPhone? I'm going to tell you guys why I switched to Android from iPhone and my experience with the Android operating system after I think it's been a good 30 days now. So I want to talk to you guys about that. First of all, hi to all the new dads out there. This is Dad Reviews. This is where I give you my unedited, hopefully more authentic look at the products that I like, use, and have. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button. So I've kind of been interested in the Android operating system ever since the Pixel came out, the Google Pixel. It seems to be a pretty solid phone, and I haven't really seen that much innovation with the iPhone, and I kind of wanted to test the Android waters a little bit to kind of see if I would like it or not. And now that I've been using it for a while, I want to tell you guys what I like and what I don't like about it. First of all, it's got the same sleek looking design, I'd say, pretty much as far as design and comfort of feel and everything is concerned. I really find them to be about the same between Android and iPhone. Just to let you guys know, my last iPhone was an iPhone 6. One thing that I really like is the squeeze for the Google Assistant. So you squeeze the sides of your phones here and the Google Assistant turns on. And I had the Google Assistant app on my iPhone, but I never used it because there was like this whole big giant workaround that you had to do to get it working. It just wasn't that great. This works fantastic. Another thing that I like about it, another little feature, double tap to get the camera open real quick. The Pixel 2, I got a Pixel 2 here with just one lens. Takes amazing pictures. You guys need to go and check out my Instagram. I'll link it up down in the description below if you guys want to go and check out some of the pictures that I've taken with my Pixel 2. So that's and I like the portrait mode. I know iPhones do portrait mode too as well, and I haven't had a chance to test iPhone versus Android portrait mode, but from what I can tell, for just one lens, Android operating system does a really good job of processing that portrait mode. Another thing that I really like about the Android operating system over the iPhone operating system is where the Fingerprint Reader is located. You probably have seen this in a bunch of other tech reviews if you watched it. But not only where it's located, but how fast this thing is. Watch this. It's unlocked. With the Apple, I'm sitting here balancing my phone on my finger like this, trying to get, you know, the fingerprint thing to work, and it doesn't always work. With this thing, I already have my phone how I'm going to hold it, and it's literally, boom, unlocked. It doesn't take any effort at all. One trick, though, for you, this is for Android or iPhone, set up your fingerprint, and then set it up again with the same finger. So you have two prints for one finger. It helps it to give you a little bit more accuracy that I've noticed, in my opinion. Whenever it comes to typing, Android is hands down a bajillion times better than Apple. I gotta hand it to them. Whenever I believe they purchased the website or the app called Swipe, and they used it in their operating system. And how it works, I'm gonna do a little demonstration of it right here. Is, let's say we want to type the travel vlog family, which is our YouTube channel. I just type in and you do this swiping motion, Travel. It doesn't even have to, oop, I didn't do the E correctly, so I need to hit back right there. It deletes the whole word whenever you do that. But let's try again, Travel. Whenever you get good at it, it really like picks up on the swipe really well. So like I'm kind of doing this backwards, but like let me type the fox runs fast real quick. You ready? The fox runs fast and he has brown fur. Look at that. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see that. Let me see if I can focus in on that. It just did an incredible job of really getting that fairly correctly. It's not totally correct, but the great thing about it is that you can just hit the backspace and it'll delete the whole word that you were trying to type there. So that works really well. I've been doing a lot more responding to comments and that type of thing here on YouTube and on Instagram using that swipe, and I've noticed that it just goes 10 times faster. So it's better than doing this with the iPhone. I can do the swipe thing one-handed while feeding a baby with a bottle. Another reason that I wanted to try the Android operating system is because I use so many Google services and I don't really use that many Apple services. I find the Google ones to be better. I use Google Chrome, I use Gmail, I use YouTube. I've recently started using the Google Calendar and I'm liking that better than the iCalendar as well. Another thing that I actually really like, this surprised me too, I really like about Android is like for mail, whenever you, on the iPhone, you have the circle, the notification circle, and it has the number in there. And I noticed that you get like overwhelmed by the number whenever you get like so many emails or so many texts. With Android, it doesn't put a number, it just puts a little tiny circle, so you don't feel like that anxiety whenever it comes to like responding to every single thing that you get. So I honestly like that because it makes me not like lose track of what I was trying to do. Like I pick up my phone to do something and I see like, oh God, I need to respond to all these emails, and then I forget what I needed to do, as opposed to picking up my phone and actually doing what I needed to do and then be like, oh yeah, let me check those emails that I see the dot there for. So I really, really like that. Another great feature about the Android operating system is having a Google search bar right there on the bottom. You just simply tap that and start searching and you go right into it. I also use, I said in a previous video, I have a Google Home Hub for our smart home type stuff, and I use Google Home app on here, and that works flawlessly. I also like, if you notice, I don't have an icon right here in the top, and that's because I'm holding my phone right here, and it's really hard for me to actually reach that particular space. So I don't put an icon right there, and that's another feature that I like about Android, is that you can have icons wherever you want on here. Now, one thing that I noticed whenever I first got the Android is like, man, I want to be able to reach more towards the top to like hit the back button on websites and that type of thing, or the hamburger that you might need to click to get to the menu. And what I realized from iPhone is that I really like that double tap of the home button, and then the screen would come down halfway so that you could click your buttons a little bit easier. But as I played around with the Android operating system a little more, I especially noticed this on Instagram. Like I'll be looking at a photo and I want to leave a comment, and so, oops, I want to not do that. I want to leave a comment, and so I'll leave a comment, use my swipe thing, great pic, and then I'll hit post. But now after I post it, I want to go back and I would want to hit the top arrow right here. But with Android, they have this built-in arrow right here. So I'm going to click it once first, going to get rid of the keyboard, then I'll click it again and it'll go back to where I was. So I really, really like that feature of it actually being down here, right here, and not having to double tap and then click way up there. It's just less buttons that you had to click. So that was a surprise feature that I noticed. Because like I said in the beginning, I hate that double tap. I really liked it with the iPhone, but then now that I discovered that there's that arrow down there, I really, really like just clicking that arrow. I think it works a heck of a lot better. One thing that I know, whoa, I gotta say, I like how the clock is just always on. This is a feature you can turn off, but it doesn't affect the battery life that I can tell that much. And it's just nice to be able to see the time, the temperature, and the date and everything right there. And then also, I have mine on Do Not Disturb right now, so it's not showing any of the notifications. And also, whenever you do Android on Do Not Disturb, it doesn't show any of the little notification bubbles on the apps and whatnot. So if I were to turn off Do Not Disturb, which by the way, to get to it would be Command Center on iPhone. You just swipe down and all that stuff's right there. So whenever you turn off notification mode, it hides all your notifications, and whenever you turn it back on, all of your notifications right there show up, which I think is super cool. But another thing about it too is it does have some of the notifications right there, but then it also has all these little tiny icons down there, and that tells you all of the things that it's been pinged for different notifications and whatnot throughout the day that you haven't checked yet. It does have, whenever you swipe down for that notification center, you swipe down again and you get a few more options. You can actually arrange these a little bit if you use one more than the other. And then there's also the little slider bar there for your light. You can also use the ambient light sensor on there as well, which I find seems to work really well. Although I think the sensor is somewhere over here or over here. I don't know exactly where, but I notice whenever I'm watching a video, sometimes all of a sudden I'll like switch hands or something like that, and the light will change on there. That's a little bit of a frustration, but it's not a game changer for me. So, I guess the question is, will I switch back to iPhone? Honestly, for the price of this thing compared to the iPhone and all the features that this thing has with all the Google services that I already use, I'm liking the Android operating system, and I think I'm going to stick with it a little bit longer. And I actually bought this phone used on a website called swappa.com. I'll link it up down in the description below. I did a whole video about how I got this whenever I did the unboxing of it. But it's basically a website for used tech, and this came in great condition. I got to see all the pictures there. In the past I've used a website called gazelle.com, and you don't get to see exactly what you're buying. With swappa.com, you get to see what you're buying, and they have like different reviews and ratings and everything for the people that's selling on there. So I can definitely recommend the Swappa site. It came just as the guy described it to me, and I haven't had any issues with it at all. So really, really like what they have using that Swappa website. Do you guys use Android or Apple? Let me know down in the comments below what operating system you're on. Also, let me know what kind of phone you're using as well, and what you like about it and what you don't like about it. Feel free to hash it out in the comments. We're going to come together as a community of dads, and we're going to have a fight, the Apple versus Android fight. That's what I want to see down in the comments below on this video. If you guys are interested in other phone tech, I'll put some more videos right there on the screen. You guys can go and check out some of those videos. I'll see y'all in some of those videos. Thank you, dads, for watching. If y'all want to join the contest that I do every month on this channel, I'll link that up down in the description below. Y'all can go and check that out. Also, link up the Swappa website and the Google Pixel too, if you guys care to go and check out any of those things. That thumbs up is always appreciated. Thank y'all for watching. Please share this on Facebook, and Dad out.